What's good, YouTube? Today is another day in the cut. Right now, I'm just getting ready for the day, honestly. I just got done taking a cold shower. It's always nice to start the day with a cold shower. Right now, I'm just snacking on some of this. Some Greek yogurt from Oikos. The macros on this is insane. Like 0 added sugar, 0 artificial sweet, 0 fat, 0 everything. 15 grams of protein. This is literally the premium version of Dannon Greek yogurt. And I have had Dannon Greek yogurt, but this has way more protein and all that stuff and just way less calories. At least I would assume so. Because like at 90 calories, which is like 10 more calories than the regular one, but it still does the job right. I'm eating 2 of them, which means it'll be at 30 grams of protein. And on top of that, I had my oatmeal. So combining all that together, I've had 50. I like to keep my meals at 50 grams of protein per each meal, whether I'm bulking or cutting, you know what I'm saying? 50 is like the sweet number where you can easily balance up 3 to 4 meals and hit your protein goal, you know what I'm saying? So keep it at 50, if not 60, you know, not too high, not too low. So yeah, so the cool part about the Oikos brand is obviously it's 000, right? But the reason why I'm saying that is because, I mean, I got an 18 pack of this at Costco. Only for $12. Only for $12. You can get something like this only for $12? You're freaking kidding me. At Costco, if I got the same amount at Walmart, it's gonna be well over 20. But you can get like an 18 pack of this at Costco for literally like $12, bro. And it's got way more protein and everything, and it's a perfect like cutting snack too. Got a sweet craving, get one of these. I will admit though, if you're used to eating regular Greek yogurts or just yogurt in general, this is more, I wouldn't say bitter, but it's less sweet. You know, it's kind of sweet, but it's not crazy bitter. But you get used to it, and there's a point where it's like, okay, it's as sweet as regular yogurt. But it's really cool. It's really a nice thing to have whenever I have a sweet tooth on the cut. Of course, it's part of like my diet and whatnot, but it's like, it's so good. I love Greek yogurt, bro. But yeah, bro, today is back in abs. Today's back in abs. And right now, what I'm going to start doing is I'm like eating that. I'm going to eat that. After that, I'm going to go to school. And then right after that, we'll see where the day takes us. We may go to the gym. We're still going to go to the gym, but either we'll go straight there or go somewhere else. I don't know. So we'll see where the day takes us. What's good, y'all? So right now I just got done eating. I was on a little bit of a rush, so I kind of I went over to Subway just to get like a 6-inch sandwich, like with wheat bread with tuna and tomatoes and a whole bunch of vegetables. Something that was like a quick little pre-workout, something that get me full, but I'm not starving because I have a big time crunch. So I have a lot of things I gotta do that's kind of like outside. I have to go back home and do some things as well. So time today didn't allow me to go back really and balance a lot of things out, but I just went over to hit up here, really get something quick to eat. So that's what I went to do. And then that's like the pre-workout. So right now I got the pre-workout right over here. I'm currently on my way to finishing it. You know, typically when it comes to pre-workout, and this goes for, if you guys are taking pre-workout during your workouts, unless you add like creatine or I don't know what else you would add in pre-workout, to be honest, but if you're just taking just pre-workout, you don't have to finish it. I used to think like, oh, if I finish it, you know, it's yada yada yada. No, pre-workout is just a booster. If you don't need it to have a good workout, then why do you have to finish it? You get what I'm trying to say? So there's times where I finish it all, but there's times where I don't. It all depends on how I feel personally. Sometimes I would just drink like literally like 2 to 3 sips, bro. And that's like literally like about half, or if not less than a half scoop of pre-workout. And it would do me the job. See, there's a lot of, you know, people can have different levels of sensitivity when it comes to caffeine. So I do like about a half, if not a little below that. I have a Ghost pre-workout that the entire scoop is about 400 milligrams of caffeine, and I did that one time. I did it once, and after I did it, dude, like literally, bro, like I took the full scoop one time. The workout was good. I felt normal. It tricked me at first because like one time I had a good amount of pre-workout, and it hit me before my workout, so I kind of knew that it was in me, right? You know what I'm trying to say? But 400 milligrams, I was surprised it didn't hit me as hard. But when I went home, that's when it hit me. And you won't notice that it hit me because I acted normal. But deep down inside, like I look normal on the outside like I do now. But deep down inside, I was like, oh no. Like I started having a panic attack. You know what I'm trying to say? I had anxiety. The thing about me, when I have a lot of caffeine, anxiety. I'm not hyper like some other people. I just have anxiety. So this right here is about a half scoop, if not lower than that. If I drink the entire thing, I should be good. I should have a good, clean workout either way, bro. Especially after that meal I just ate. Yeah, I just wanted, I had to come here because I just finished school and whatnot. Needed something quick, not too high on macros. That's why I got the sandwich here at Subway. Tuna and everything, vegetables, like vinegar, like 0 calories. Something quick and easy, you know what I'm saying? Especially since I'm on a time crunch. When you're on a time crunch and you're outside, you just have to like really like be wise about what you're eating, especially if you're like following something like a diet or whatnot. Kind of want to like make sure like you kind of balance it out and know how to work things around when it comes to food outside and stuff like that, because it's doable, at least macro wise it is. So you kind of have to be smart with that. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly finish this all up. Today is back in abs, so I will see you at the gym.
It's fine. It's fine. Is this all you are for me? Is this all you are for me?
As you could see, we have clearly finished the gym. Pretty good, man. It's one of those things where when you feel relaxed after a workout, when you just feel at peace after that workout, you know, that's when you know you did good. Even though I'm cutting, I'm training like I'm bulking. You don't want to injure yourself, but at the same time, keep that intensity. That's really all it is. Even then, it doesn't really matter if you're cutting or bulking. You get what I'm trying to say? Intensity builds muscle. Obviously, there's a limit, but you got to keep it intense. If you are not feeling that much tension, or if anything, you're not sweating throughout all or any of your workouts at least, then you're not doing enough. Back then, I used to train and I used to ask myself, was I working out hard enough? And I might have thought I was overthinking, but I guess I really wasn't, because I wasn't sweating. I didn't feel that much intensity. Because I look at now and I ask myself, did I work hard enough? I mean, fucking, I sweated loads, bro. Like, yeah, I don't need to look too much into the workout to be able to know that I did enough. You know, it's gone to that point. So I'm making good progress, and then yeah, that's that. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this. We'll see what we could do. Wherever the frick this camera goes next. Hey man, well, it turns out that I showed up over here. I didn't even know where the hell I was gonna go. Sometimes I like to come over here just to like chill, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I enjoy just being in a place where I could just relax and almost like meditate, you know what I'm saying? Golly, bro, it's a beautiful day. Good workout and beautiful day. Combine all those two. Am I out of frame? Hold up. You know, like I said many times, you know, being out in nature. I've said it on my Instagram post that other time. It's one of the best, you know? Especially where I'm at currently, when there's barely any people. It's one thing to be around nature, but it's another thing to be around nature where there's like no one around. It's like, I mean, there's people here and there, but it's like the best, bro. Usually I like, you know, chill here for like, I don't know, 2 hours at most, if not an hour, or probably less than 30 minutes. Sometimes I like to come here with a friend or whatnot and just eat something, or, you know, chill and whatnot, and it's the best, bro. Dude, I'm not even kidding you right now. As I stepped out of my car to set this tripod up, I hear crickets all of a sudden. I don't know where the heck they're coming from. It's not even friggin' nighttime, bro. But yeah, man, holy crap, they're building houses over there. That shit's crazy. Yeah, this place, it's called Lagoon Valley. Vacaville people, Fairfield people, y'all already know. California, y'all already know. But yeah, this is very nice place to just like not only relax but also film. Obviously I'll mostly like, you know, do like vlogs and whatnot. If you ever want to do cinematography or whatnot, this is the place you want to go to. Sometimes I feel like I'm out of the frame, but I have it in 0.5, so I need to calm the heck down. Dude, tomorrow I'm looking forward. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to the gym. We're gonna go hit up Napa, In Shape Napa. So what happened was a couple weeks ago, not a couple weeks ago, like literally a month ago, I went to In Shape to go work out. I hit that arms and ab session. Like, it's one of those things where sometimes you just have that good workout session, way better than all the other ones, and that was that day. But here's the thing, like, shit, bro. Had a good breakfast. Had a good workout, too. After the gym, I was driving back. I was on the freeway. there was a bunch of traffic, and I see this guy on my right side just pulling up, and I was like, okay, he kind of wants to merge into my lane. And then I kept on going, you know, flow of traffic was like, it was slow, and there was this big gap between me and the other guy. And as I kept going, I looked behind me, and that same dude rammed into my car. Like, I'm talking like, here's me right here, and this guy went like, boom, almost like 20 miles per hour faster, I shit you not. And I felt the impact. I mean, it was strong. I don't even know how you would define strong. There's just different types of levels to how strong a crash can be. I'm not trying to sound dramatic or anything. Like, people may think like, oh my gosh, how are you still alive? I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was not good. So he hit me, and I'm like, crap, oh my gosh. Like, the first thing I remember as I got hit by the car, the person right behind me was like, freaking crazy, bro. I'm like, this is not happening, bro. I was like, fuck. But like, my car could still drive, right? So I was able to like pull out to the side of the freeway. As I did that, dude, like, I had the engine running and everything, and I was like, fuck, no, dude. Like, literally, I was in my car for like 10, like, I want to say at most. Now, I wouldn't say 10 minutes. That might have been too long, but like, it's one of those moments where like 5 minutes feels like 10 minutes and 10 minutes feels like an hour. You know what I'm saying? So I think I was in there for like 2 minutes, but realistically, I was in there for 5. But I felt like it was a really long time. I was still in there, and I was like, crap, bro, I don't want to get out because I don't want to see the damage, right? But it had to be done. So me and the guy. So like, but okay, I'm calm down, Alex. You're speaking way too fast. I remember getting out, and right when he hit me, the airbag went off on this guy's car, right? So, just to clarify, yeah, that was a strong hit. And his car started smoking a little bit. Not crazy, but like, after he hit me, some smoke went off on his car. Like, some smoke left his engine. Like, you can see some smoke action. Not like the dark kind of smoke, but the light kind of smoke. So like, right when he hit me from behind, not only was it strong, but I looked behind me and I'm like, oh, fuck, there better not be a fire involved in this. This is like a middle-aged guy, you know? Honestly, we'll talk about it in a minute, but the whole situation was way more chill than I thought. But I remember being in my car, and they're like, I don't want to get out, but I'll have to get out eventually because I'm going to have to handle the situation, you know, get his license and his registration, do all this bullshit, bro. This is like the first time I was ever in a situation like that, so it was very hard. And not to mention, the next day I was going to go with some buddies to Sacramento for like an air show, and I was going to drive that car. I'm like, damn it, what bad timing. But like, I remember, it's like, oh, God, I don't want to get out. I don't want to get out. So I got out, and I looked behind, and I was walking behind my car, and I looked behind it, and I was like, what the fuck? Dude, the impact felt 10 times worse than what it actually was. I'm not even joking. Like, literally, like, if you look at it closely, like, you don't have to look at it super closely. It's kind of obvious. But look, I remember sending it to one of my friends. And I didn't show him it. I didn't show him it on my phone. Like, it was an actual clear picture. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you show someone a picture on your phone, there's like the glare and whatnot. But when you send them an actual picture, depending on where they're at, they'll actually clearly see the entire thing, all the details. So I sent him the picture, and like, literally, he was like, why'd you send me the back of your car? Like, it was that unnoticeable. But I told him, like, yeah, look closely. And they're like, oh yeah, I might pull up a picture in this video right now. If I do that, it'll be right there. The left side of the fender was kind of like outwards and kind of shifted. Overall, it was kind of unbalanced, but you have to look closely. And the right, I think it's the right, yeah, the right exhaust pipe was a lot lower. It was lowered. It was like bent almost. It was still drivable at the time, but that's what happened. I wasn't going to lash out on him because A, that's not the person that I am, and B, I just didn't want to, you know, start anything, clearly. The first thing I asked was like, I was like this, right? I went to his car, right, and I was like, you okay? That was the first thing I did. Like, some moments, like, I mean, you're in an accident, right? It was unexpected, you know, and it's traffic. And here, keep in mind, so you probably already noticed the picture that I put on the video. But yes, at the time, I did drive a 370Z. So when a crash happens, whether it's big or small, you're going to get eyes. But not only was there traffic, which means there's even more people looking. So it's one thing that it was a crash, but now there's a sports car involved, so either A, they're thinking it's my fault even though I got rear-ended, and B, they're thinking like, oh, that's gotta be a shit ton of money to pay for. They don't care about the other guy, even though he's the one that got the airbag and stuff like that. Not only was the whole situation way more chill than I thought, but it was less like almost embarrassing. Sometimes I would imagine a situation like that and be like, oh my God, why are there so many people looking at me? And there were people looking at me, but I was like, you know what I'm saying? Who gives a damn? But it was a lot more chill, you know, like, yeah, so I was able to get out, you know, talk to guy. The whole situation was very chill. The police came, told him everything. They were very chill.
honestly, given the damage, so the impact, the damage was not as bad as I thought. Everything was chill. I was able to drive back home fine. The exhaust pipe had like, it was almost like the impact caused my car to have a muffler delete, so it sounded a lot louder and way more badass. But don't get me wrong, it's a sports car, even though it's a stock. Even though it's a stock sports car, it's still a sports car, so it had some noise to it, but like it had even more. So I was like, oh yeah, so this is what those cool cars sound like, right? So I was driving and I was able to drive okay. I was able to drive back home, do all that. The next day, I went to go to Verizon, and I had to go there to just trade in my iPhone for like an iPhone 16 Pro because I was able to do that. So I was able to do that. I was able to drive all the way there and back until the next day, bro. The next day, I drive to my school. I was able to do all that just fine. And then after school, I left. I leave the school, and 3 minutes out, my car starts slowing down, bro. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? I was able to pull over, and the car just shuts down. Now, thankfully, it happened at that exact location, because if I was A, on the freeway, and B, farther from the lanes, bro, like, I don't even like thinking about that. Like, that is crazy. Like, I was lucky to be in the position that I was, because my car shut down literally in the middle of the freeway. I'm cooked, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was able to pull over to the right side, and my car shut down. I was like, what the heck? And I immediately knew that it was from the crash, right? Because that's the only best thing that we can already guess why it shut down. But then I started thinking, why specifically? What made it shut down? This is way before I knew about the exhaust pipe. I knew that the right side was bent, but then I thought to myself, even though this may not have been the exact cause, I'm willing to bet that this was very close, because the right exhaust pipe was bent, which meant only one thing. The bent exhaust choked the engine. Plain and simple. That's what it was, bro. That's what freaking happened to my damn car, man. Right now, I'm driving like a black sedan. It's a black Audi right now in the meantime. It works just fine, because if I'm being honest, driving a two-seater car in general, in my opinion, sucks. Yeah, to Z, I've been driving it since 2021. It was fun, right? But like, I don't know, man. It's like, I'm a very social person when I am social. It's like you have two spectrums. I'm either the most introverted person you ever know, or the most loudest person in the room. So when I'm social, I'm like very social. I like people around me and just hang out, stuff like that. And the Z kind of limited that. I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of trust issues with it. It had sensor issues, and when I say I had sensor issues, I meant that lights would turn on, even though nothing would be wrong with it. It got to the point where it's like, oh, what if there's no lights on? But something is actually wrong. There's multiple codes probably popping up. So I had a lot of trust issues with it. But anyway, that ship has sailed, and that's what happened. But I was rambling way too much about that. My point being was about the freaking Napa InShape. Oh my god. But what I was actually going to say was, yeah, that was the last time I went, which was like over a month ago. A month ago. I don't know why I hesitated so much to go back to that gym, but I was talking to one of my buddies, and I was saying, why don't we hit up Napa? And he was like, yeah, I've been going there. I'm like, bet. So now we're doing it. Go hit up Napa again. First time in a month. I typically go to Browns Valley here in Vacaville, and it's really nice. I've been going there way before I went to Napa, and it's a nice gym. But I guess it made me realize that ever since I've gone back, right? Ever since I went back, it made me realize that not only do I still like the gym, but it makes me realize, like, you know what? I'll just balance out gyms. Don't get me wrong. Like, Napa is not that far. It's like literally 6 minutes longer than going to here. But from where I am, it's still kind of far. The first time going back here to Browns Valley, it was like, it's hard to believe that Napa was 6 minutes longer to get to, because going back here made it feel like Napa was 30 minutes longer, right? Like, it's crazy how it makes me realize how close Browns Valley is compared to Napa to my house. I'm like, whoa, like, I should definitely continue coming here in the meantime and stuff like that. I wouldn't say I'm picky, but I am kind of picky. When it comes to gyms, it's also because specifically Napa, there's some machines that Browns Valley and that other gyms don't have, right? So that's why I like to go there. Again, those were only for select days, you know what I'm saying? Those were only for, like, say, chest day or whatnot. I could just go there for just chest day. Why not? Why have to go there all the time? Like, I'll still go. Like, it's obviously my choice, and obviously I know like a couple of people there, right? So because back then, like, going to the gym was just like going to the gym, but now I'm like meeting people. So instead of just going to a gym to just work out, I'm also going to like see friends. It's like going to school. You hate going to school, right? But at least you got friends to see, right? I'm not saying I hate to go to the gym. I look forward to going to the gym. I love it. But on top of that, I look forward to it even more seeing the people that I met there. You know what I'm saying? It's all community. You know, going to the gym is one of the few places that you can go to actually build a community. Being in a gym is a very social environment. You know what I'm saying? If you want to meet people, just go to a gym. Now, obviously, I'm not saying you should literally pay like $85 for a membership just to meet people. Obviously, go there to work out. But hey, if you're into fitness or you want to work out, might as well meet people at your local gym. I don't know if you go to InShape. InShape is more of a California thing. I know a lot of people go to Crunch, Planet Fitness, and all that stuff. Anytime Fitness. I've only been there once. I've been to the Anytime Fitness in Albany. There's a post on my Instagram, literally probably like one of the, like literally I think the first post. I forgot. Like I went there with like a group of my friends to train with one of my friends that is actually from there. It was a cool experience. It's one of those things where like going there for just a particular reason, like you're going to a big city, right? Going to the gym and working out, there's like meaning behind it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure, but like some point during summer, I plan on going with one of my buddies. His name is Evan. Evan, if you're watching this, how you doing? Shout out. I plan on going with him to Equinox in San Francisco. I think it's like a luxury gym. It's like freaking I think it's like $500 per month. No, I am not paying for that. That is expensive as hell, but I'm gonna get a day pass with with him and just hit a nice lift and just pretty much see what it's like to work out not only at Equinox, but in the city, in the big city, bro. Last time I did that was when I was at Bay Club. Got the day pass for that. It was a cool experience, but if that was good, imagine Equinox. I've heard a lot of like, I wouldn't say shitty, but just not a lot of good stuff about Equinox, especially the one in San Francisco. But I'm just gonna be real. You never know until you try it. You know, people have different opinions, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I plan on doing. But yeah, there's so many things, bro. It's like sometimes I need to remind myself that not only I know more than what I think I know when it comes to fitness, but the potential that I have and all the experiences and opportunities that I will receive, I don't admire it as much, you know? Not until like right now, like I'm literally talking in front of my camera right now and I'm just starting to realize like, oh wow, maybe I do have more potential than I thought. Like I already knew I had potential, but I didn't know. I guess I just had more potential, you know what I'm saying? Just like being able to go to more places, you know, places I'd never been to because of my passion. Golly, bro, you saw that shit? That was a damn fly. Yeah, man. Literally yesterday I got so many mosquito bites. I'm literally outside filming this video, knowing damn well that I'm gonna get more mosquito bites. But who gives a shit? I'm doing this for you guys. I'm only doing this for you guys. But yeah, man, this is what it's all about. The stuff that people take for granted. The stuff that people take for granted is stuff like this. Being around nature. I've talked about this on my Instagram. I've talked about it like, I don't know how long I was recording this, but the beginning of this particular part of the video. Now, me as a person, you know, it's like I've always liked being outside, but even during those times I like being outside, I just never really done it. I like the idea and I would only be out there for so long, but even then it's crazy to think that even during those lazy, quote unquote lazy times of me going outside, that's someone's most active. Like it really paints the picture in my head of how much people just don't go out. And when I say go out, I mean literally go out, right? I mean, yeah, I mean at some point we're gonna go out to like either, I don't know, like let's just think, right? You got work, you know, errands, maybe you're in school. But even then, once that's done, you just go back home. But even when you're doing that, you have a mentality of being busy. You're going to go to school. You're going to go to work. You don't, the thing that's running through your mind is going A and B. But they don't take the time to just go out, just to be out. They only go out when they have something to do, when they have a requirement to do, like a job, right? But never do they, you know, treat stuff like this as a job. You know, as a person that knows what being lonely is like, I will say I've gotten used to this. And yeah, that is kind of half of the reason why I enjoy being out in nature, because I've built this sense of just like, you know, I started being grateful because of the little things, because I didn't really have a choice of what else to be grateful for, because I didn't really have any friends back then. But that's besides the point. Just being out in nature in particular, that's another reason. When I started doing that more, I was like, you know, I started feeling more peaceful and stuff like that. And yeah, dude, I don't know why, but those damn crickets are ignoring the shit out of me, bro. I don't know what the heck they're doing, bro. They're being so loud, bro. Like over here, I don't know freaking why, but they're so loud. It's not even nighttime too. Like you can clearly see that it's daytime, right? These damn crickets, bro. Man, I'm crazy. But you get what I'm trying to say, right? being out here, you know. Just do it, you know. And I'm not just gonna tell you to just go outside of your house. If you want to experience the best parts of being out in nature, go out to a place like this. No, I'm not saying you're gonna have wherever the heck you live. I don't even know if you have places like this, but places like this is really where you get the full, just the premium version of nature. You know what I'm saying? You got some trees there, you got some, you know what I'm saying? But if you really want that, the true feeling of what you feel while being around nature, you know, God's creation, bro. Come to places like this. And then you will know, right? Especially if you come during sunny days, you get that vitamin D action. Yeah, man. I've been rambling for so long. I don't know how long this damn video's been going on. Honestly, I don't even know if this damn video's been recording or it's continued recording. Hopefully it did. But yeah, man. I'm gonna just end it there. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.